Well, I hope everybody is still being disappointed by Iron Man 2 figures by Hasbro. But this figure, yeah, you're gonna like this one. This is a figure review of Marvel Select Iron Man 2 War Machine figure. Uh, Made by Diamond Select. This figure is about 7 inches tall and it comes with a base like most other Marvel Select figures. I'm gonna give you a 360 of the figure and the base. Very detailed figure and very detailed base. The base is painted with black and gold with a little bit of black wash to give it a more realistic look. Uh, Let me unpack War Machine from his base. This is supposed to be an assembly station base, but I don't see any mechanical arms or anything. It just looks like a floor from the lab, and on the back it looks just like a door. On the door it said Hammer Advanced Weapon System. Very little letters on there. They managed to paint it on there very nice and very clean. Very detailed sculpting of the base also. As you can see, there's a black wash here and silver painting on the floor. Very detailed. So here is War Machine. The sculpting on this guy is fantastic. They really did a great job on sculpting. Painting is also great. I picked this one over at Border Bookstore. It was the only one there, so I had to pick it up because I wanted this figure. Even though this figure is great, but I think it's just my figure. It is suffer from a few problems. As you can see, there are a few scratches on the thigh of the armor, paint scrape on his chest, and a few scratches on his face plate. I have no problem with the scratches on the face plate because it made him look more bad with damage, I guess. For articulation, he has a ball jointed head, a swivel shoulder, swivel bicep, hinged elbow, ball jointed wrist, ball jointed torso, a swivel and hinge hip, uh, swivel thigh, a single hinge knee, and a swivel and hinge ankle that it can move up and down and rotate left to right. Some of the joint is very weird. I find that with the shoulder joint, it is a swivel joint. Um, on my figure, this one pops off very easily, so I'm gonna take it off to show you guys. As you can see, it's not a ball joint; it's just a peg. There's a hole on the torso that you can peg it right in there. For the up and down movement is great, but the in and out movement is not a lot. I mean, it's just a little bit of movement in and out. If you want his arm to move like all the way up and all the way out, like horizontally, it's impossible for that. So I don't know why they picked the joint for this one. With the Marvel Select Iron Man, they use a ball joint for this one. So I don't know why they did this for War Machine. It's kind of weird. Some of the joint really help, like the ball jointed torso, ball jointed head. You can see move very well, and a ball jointed wrist. Very cool. And also the hip. It is a swivel and a hinge hip. So if you are not very familiar with this hip joint, it's gonna bother you trying to pose him. Another feature he had is the machine gun that it can be removable from the back of his shoulder. As you can see, there is a slot on the back of his shoulder. It looks like a letter T. And on the arm of the machine gun, there are two hinges that you can move it forward or backward, and a swivel joint at the base of the machine gun that you can rotate it left or right. So it's a very articulated shoulder mount weapon. This is the last feature, and it's also my favorite. He had a removable faceplate, and inside is revealed the face of Don Cheadle, the actor who played Jim Rose, aka War Machine in Iron Man 2 movie. The face, the lineage on the face is really awesome. Diamond Select really did a great job on the sculpting of the face. But the thing I find weird about the faceplate is that if you look at the inside of it, you will see two pecs, and on the two sides of his forehead, you see two holes, and also two holes on the top of his helmet. The thing is that you had to, um, in in order to have the unmasked version, you have to pack it on top of his helmet. So that's the unmasked War Machine. It's kind of weird that you have to pack it on top of the helmet like that. I thought they would have, and I can't see why not. Why didn't they just have a hinge joint at the top of his forehead here to have the faceplate pivot up and down? Uh, it is really weird. Uh, but still, it looks really good. Uh, having the reveal face like this. This is one of the reasons why I bought this figure. So let me give you a comparison to the 3 3/4 War Machine figure by Hasbro. In terms of sculpting, detail, painting, articulation, this figure is a much better figure. The armor look kind of big too. However, this figure doesn't have letters and number printed on the armor like this one does, but this one suffered from a very bad paint job. With this one, everything is better. So lastly, let me show you guys the packaging. This is the usual Marvel Select packaging. It is very big. It is the same packaging except for the name and the Iron Man 2 sticker down at the bottom. On the left panel, you have a very good picture of War Machine with the blue arc reactor and blue eyes. But on the figure, he does have blue arc reactor, but I don't think the camera can pick this up. But the outside of his eyes are painted red, so I don't know why they didn't use the same color for this figure. So on the back of the figure, we have the preview picture of War Machine with the base. On the left is his biography and the name again, and also other two figures available is the Mark IV and the Mark VI Iron Man. The Mark IV is a border exclusive, so you can only find it at border bookstore. The Mark VI and the War Machine, you can find both of them at either your local comic shop or at border bookstore. This guy is gonna cost you about 20 bucks, but I say it is really well worth your money. This guy has great sculpting, great painting, good articulation, and feature the cool looking machine gun and the unmasked feature. So I highly recommend this figure. Even if you are not an Iron Man fan, this guy is gonna make a great collectible and great display in your action figure collection. So I highly recommend him. Pick him up if you have the chance. And thanks for watching. Take care, guys.